It's like right when I went to press record, it got really, really loud. So definitely give me a second. I was also trying to get a good camera angle, but I don't know. It might be too close. This is cool. I think I like this. Hold down just a little more. I think this was here last time I was here. Alright, you know the drill. I'm Mark, also known as Easy, KK if you know something. Welcome back to Monday Magic. And yeah, today feels really good. I don't know. I feel like the reflections I've been getting outside and the things I've been feeling have all been feeling really good. And like, yeah, like there's big things here, not even just coming, but here right now. So yeah, I'm excited to see what comes out. I really have no idea what's in store for us, but you know how we get started here. Gotta do some presence and mindfulness practice. So yeah, get comfortable, and if you can, go ahead and close your eyes, wiggle it out a little bit, get a little movement going. Nothing too crazy, but sway like the wind is blowing you, you know? Ooh, that feels good. All right, a couple deep breaths. And if you remember, deep inhales, but the exhales longer than your inhales, you know, so we can invite relaxation into our body. So again, on the exhale, make sure you're relaxing those muscles. Scan your body, see where you're holding tension at, and on the exhale, make sure you relax those areas and send some relaxed energy there as well. So one more. Now let's do a quick body scan. Start at the top of your head and just slowly make your way down. Don't think too hard about what you're feeling there. Just kind of notice, and if you feel anything, you feeling tension that needs to be released, go ahead and release it. And yeah, and if any body part or anything's calling for a little tension, send a little tension and love and release whatever is being held on to there. So done, when you make it all the way to the bottom of your feet, to your toes, give them a little wiggle and get back to your sway a little bit. And give yourself a thank you. Say thank you for, you know, for being here, for showing up, and for also, you know, practicing a little presence today, because it goes a really long way. Whew. That was really good. I could have kept going. I might have to sit here and do, you know, either a meditation or a yoga session with you guys one of these days. Let me know if that's something you guys are interested in. And yeah, I don't know if the chat's gonna work today. I don't know what's been going on with it, but the last couple of readings, like, I don't know. I'm not getting any messages, anything in the chat. But then when I go back to rewatch at the end, yeah, I usually see all of your stuff. So yeah, if you have something to say or something you want to express, or, you know, talk to each other as well, definitely do that. But if I don't respond, it's just because I'm not seeing it. But I appreciate it and understand and trust and believe that the energy is still being felt. So thank you guys. Oh, let's see. Okay. Queen of Wands. I'm not gonna start here, but this might give us a little bit of insight on, where we'll be going today. What are you guys getting from this? I'm not even gonna say anything. Yeah, we're gonna do that too. We're gonna help you guys grow your your connection, your sensitivity, your tarot, all that in this space. So if you guys have cards, hell yeah, don't be afraid to shuffle along with me, see what you guys get, if you guys get similar things. But yeah, and even if you don't get cards in this space, you're gonna learn how to read some tarot, read some energy, because we all can. So I would be doing you a disservice making you guys think that I'm doing something for you guys that you guys wouldn't be able to do for yourselves. So but yeah, without further ado, let's see what's in store for this week. Hey, my boy Logan, I guess I can see the chat today. Just when I had accepted that I wasn't gonna be able to, boom. Yes, sir. After this, it's been days, so definitely gotta get back grounded, get back to my bread and butter. And you haven't already, if you guys have any questions or any intentions for what you guys want to come out here, definitely think about it for a second. Hold your question in your mind, hold your intention in your mind, and then yeah, once you're done, release it and sit back and allow the cards to come out, and yeah, guarantee you it'll end up coming out and you'll get your questions answered. First things up, 4 of Cups. What are you missing right now? If you've been in a space where you feel like, you've been waiting for an answer, waiting for a sign, or like something's missing, I'm hearing that you need to reevaluate, zoom out, look around your surroundings, and take stock of what's actually there, because what you're waiting on, or what you've been waiting on, is possibly right underneath your nose. I feel like sometimes we expect things to show up a certain way, we expect things to look a certain way when we ask for things. Like we ask for love, or we ask for a relationship. We might expect it to come in with it being our type, the type of person we typically go for, the type of looks that we typically go for. But so we might miss if someone who comes in that's perfect for you, it looks different than that, like they're not the same type you usually go for. If they're sillier than you're used to, or not as serious as you were expecting, or whatever, you might think that, okay, they're not for me, because that's not what I would typically go for. But they could be exactly what you've been asking for, and what you're asking for may look a little different than what it looks like in your head. So take stock of what's been showing up, what's been new in your experience that you may not have gave too much time of day, that you might not have looked too hard into, or thought was anything, and see what's there. It might have been one of your blessings that showed up at your doorstep, and you just don't recognize it to be that. So don't get too down. Like, I know things have been, your cups have been emptied, and you just kind of waiting for that next refill, but understand that it could be right in front of your eyes, and you don't want to miss it by focusing too much on what's been taken away, what's gone, what's not here for you anymore. You want to be able to see your miracles, see your blessings, see your support when it comes in. So definitely keep an open energy. When you feel yourself getting too down, do something that typically gets you lost in the flow, that gets you lost in the time to, those things where you do it and you're like, whoa, it's already been 30 minutes, it's already been an hour. Do some of those things, and it'll give you a whole different perspective, a higher perspective. And then from there, you can look around and take scope of what's really going on, and you'll be able to see things a little bit more clearly. But yeah, take a look around you. Something that you've been asking for is here, and you're just missing it, plain and simple. So yeah. Knight of Swords on the bottom. Yeah, it's something that you manifested, something that you spent a lot of time thinking about, something that you were going after, that was born in your mind, in your energy. So yeah, you definitely don't want to miss it because you've been asking for it. So take a second, look around, step back, be honest with yourself about what's in your experience right now, what's in your life right now, and what's been calling to you. And if there's something that you haven't really given an honest shot, or that you just kind of discredited as whatever, take a little second look at that and see, hey, it may not be anything, but yeah, I'm definitely feeling called to tell you to cross your T's and dot your I's, because there's something that's right there that you're not seeing. Let's see what else is in store for this week, though. King of Cups. It's going to be very important this week to be solid in, what's the word? Like, it's on the tip of my tongue. To be stable in your emotions, to be, grounded and rooted in your emotions this week. We are in Cancer season. I don't know if y'all see, I got my little crabs on my shirt. But yeah, so the energy and emotions are a little extra potent right now. So understand that things may trigger you a little bit extra this week. Things may, feel a little doom and gloom when things happen, or things just extra emotionally charged. So don't get lost in that this week. Understand that just because it may feel like, like times 10,000, that it may not necessarily be that. So don't make too many long-term decisions from this energy. Don't make final decisions from this energy. Don't go and end that relationship you've been in for 5 years because, they forgot to bring your favorite food on the day they usually bring it this week. Because it may feel like, that's an indicator of you guys are too far gone, or you guys, you guys have fallen off, you're not as in love as you once were, like things have changed, what's going on. But it may not be that. There's a lot going on, there's a lot of shifts happening, so it might just be, an oversight, and it doesn't have to be anything more than that. So understand that your emotions may feel extra potent, they may be extra loud, they might be extra close to the surface, but understand that that's just the energy right now, and to take a breath, take a pause, and to make those decisions a little slower than you usually would. So if you still feel like, at the end of the week, if you still feel like, he doesn't love me as much as he used to, we're not where we used to be, like things have to, then okay, after that, then you can have faith in that. But in the middle of it, in the middle of you feeling triggered and all that, don't make that decision. Be firm in your emotions. Also remember who you are, as far as like what really bothers you, and who you're trying to be, and what you want, and your needs. And when things trigger you this week, or when things come up, look at it from that perspective. Like, does this actually upset me, or did this hit something just now? Because like, if it's not in alignment to who you are and who you want to be, why would you even allow it to upset you? Why would you want it to upset you? So just take scope of who you are and what you want and what you need from people, and use that. This is the one time I would say use a little bit, lean into logic a little bit this week to balance out the emotional charge. Your head's definitely going to be able to help you. I wouldn't say lean completely into your head, because your heart knows what's up. But yeah, just use it as like checks and balances. Like, okay, like that is valid, and that's all. Things are going to be okay though. And yeah, Page of Cups at the bottom. For me, that tells me that this emotional heaviness, or emotional spark and like charge, is also the product of you becoming more comfortable with your emotions, being able to recognize how you feel more, being able to better address the things that come up in you, as far as like whether it be memories, past pain, trauma, all that. So understanding that through this charge and through you being extra, emotionally charge this week, you're going to see exactly how you feel about things, to a higher degree. So it's like, dang, typically, I wouldn't even thought about this, but this really bothers me. That might be an indicator that it typically bothers you, but it's not enough for you to feel the need to do anything. Maybe you typically overlook it, but this week you won't be able to. So it's just you being more comfortable with those emotions, you understanding that things bothering you a little bit still bothering you, and that's enough to act. Things don't have to piss you all the way off to be worthy of action. Like if something bothers you just a little bit, like, damn, like this really doesn't make me feel good, like it's not the end of the world, but that's still enough. Like, speak on it, voice that, do something about it, because it is that deep. It's always that deep. So pay attention to what comes up this week, and if it is heavy, it is a lot. Understand that it's just a teaching tool. It's just helping you get to know yourself and what you need, and from yourself and from the world around you. Okay, see, this week is gonna be big on emotions, huh? Don't be out there all in y'all feelings, man. It's summer, it's hot outside. I better get in the bag. No, ain't nothing wrong with being in your feelings. It's a great place to be, actually. Really get to see what's what in there, You're welcome. Let's see. Ooh, that's felt. I got chills, like super strong chills. Got my spine, like over my arms. I don't know what that's about, but it definitely told me to stop. Four of Pentacles. Stand firm in what you know. I'm hearing like a project or something. Like you might be working on something, and you're working with somebody, and you feel really strongly about, like, yo, this is the direction, this is it, this is what's gonna get us where we need to go. And I don't know, your partner may not see it that way, they might not fully understand it. But like, you got that call. It's bigger than just, oh, I thought about it a lot and this is the conclusion I came up to. But it's like a call, it's intuition, it's the universe talking to you, it's God talking to you, it's you trusting yourself, and just it's the decision to make. Stand firm in that, and express that. Express how deeply that knowing is in you. Express where it's coming from. Express that, how deep it is, because your partner may not understand. They might think, you just thought about it, you just feel like your idea is good, but it's much bigger than that. It's much bigger than you, it's much bigger than them, it's much bigger than y'all, it's bigger than all of us. So, because whatever it is, it really is important. Yes, ma'am. Right on Twitch.
You online?
Yes, ma'am.
For real? I'm gonna come on.
You good. See, look, energy don't lie. Hey, this is it. Go do it. Whatever it is, just let them know how important it is. And maybe, they'll be able to do theirs next time, and you'll go with their call. But trust it. Trust that you are being told to do exactly what you feel like it. And that's the answer here. And on the bottom, you got Ace of Pentacles. And that tells me that this is an opportunity. This is exactly that. You may not know, but you may not see how big this is, but this leads to everything you've been working towards. This is your moment. So understand that if you don't show up, if you don't answer the call, and get a little uncomfortable and push back, everybody wants to be agreeable with their partners in business and in life. Nobody wants to step on anybody's toes or make anybody feel like their opinion doesn't matter. But this is way bigger than that. So it's like, answer the call and let them know, and understand that you making the right decision, you advocating for yourself and what you're called to do leads you to everything. And at the end, they won't question it. They won't be like, damn, why did we do that? They'll understand, like, whoa, like, hell yeah, like, thank you for pushing for this, because this is exactly what we needed. So understand that whatever that is, go for it. Like, really, really go for it, and trust yourself, and be willing to bet on yourself. And your partner will thank you for it later. Everybody involved will thank you for it. So understand that this is your Ace of Pentacles moment. Look, you're being handed your gold. Here you go. All you have to do is walk through the door and do your part. So yeah, tell them, yo, you're sorry, not sorry. You'll get it in the end. But yeah, I have a feeling that you push it back, they'll be okay. So they won't give you too much heck anyway. It's just in your head. Hello. It's Twitch.
That's
You got
Twitch?
Twitch? Yeah.
Oh, I don't got Twitch.
Okay.
You don't got no Instagram?
Yeah, I do.
You don't do it on Instagram?
No, but I share it on Instagram and on
Oh,
YouTube.
pull me a card. What's my card?
Pull you a car? Okay.
Hey, y'all.
Come on, get in
Hey, y'all.
there.
This Twitch?
Yeah.
Oh, they talking to you?
Yeah, they've been in there saying stuff. Started like
Oh, I
20
ain't tried no
minutes
Twitch yet. It's
ago.
hot.
Definitely get on here.
Huh?
Yeah, I
On
do these
Twitch?
readings every Monday.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh.
You said pull you a card?
Yeah, look, I listen to him online.
Look.
The Hangman.
Yeah. Relax. Take it easy. Whatever it is that you've been worrying about or you've been trying to figure out yourself, it's already done. So the best thing you can do right now is to do things that make you feel the way you gonna feel once it gets situated. Like if it's gonna make you feel excited, happy, blessed, do things now that make you feel that way, and then that'll attract the solution that you need, and that'll get you there, and then
Oh, I
it'll
believe
match.
that too. Y'all do what makes me happy. Oh, I love that.
So,
Give me your Instagram. I listen to this every day on my
Really?
on YouTube. Put on
Oh,
YouTube.
yeah.
Record it and put it on YouTube.
Yeah, usually I put
And do like a collective read.
yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. So yeah, but
Yeah, do
you
it
got
on YouTube
this.
because people like me listen to it on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Bye everybody. Bye Twitch. Let me get back to work.
Thank you.
You welcome,
I
babe.
appreciate you coming over here.
Have a good day. Enjoy this nice weather.
You too. Be safe.
You too.
That was dope. Right. Yeah, that was dope. And I almost didn't come back to this spot today. You know, last week I was on the balcony. I'm gonna come outside. But yeah, that's how it be. High key. Show up and do what you're called to do. You never know. You never know why you're called to be out there. But you gotta show up. And the rest will happen. So, damn, that's dope. I'm glad y'all got to experience that with me. Because it really be like that. Yeah. Oh, the Hermit. This is honoring your journey. Typically, I feel like this is like a call to go within and a call to go into, go into the cave and to work on yourself, work on what you're called to work on, and, just being in your own energy. But this feels more like a celebration. Like he's done with that. Like he's headed out. Like he's like, you know what? I did everything I need to do in here. It's time to kick some ass. I'm on my way to I'm on my way to handle business. And that's definitely the vibes right now. It's like I've been training, I've been waiting, I called next, and it's like, you know what, my time's gonna come one day. And this is one day. Like it's time now. And I'm here to come do everything I said I was gonna do, everything that the universe and God told me I was gonna do, everything they told me to be patient on and wait on. This is it, and it's over with now, because there's no stopping me. I'm pulling up to collect on everything. So this week, make sure you're moving like that. Make sure your steps are real solid, real confident. Every room you're walking into, you're expecting a miracle to meet you there, and they will. I promise you they will. So don't treat anything as just regular this week. Don't treat anything as coincidence. Every room you're invited into, every room you step into, every person you meet that you weren't expecting to meet, yeah, take that as the miracle and magic that it is, because that's exactly what it is. And the more you can move with that knowing, the more you allow it all in. You won't block any of it if you step in the right way. So this is you. It's time to leave that cave. Go collect everything that's owed to you, because you deserve it. And you've been working for it. You've been growing for it. You've been shedding your old skin. You've been burning those bridges that needed to burn. And yeah, so now it's time to collect everything that was promised to you. Look, another ace on the bottom. It's another opportunity. Now this is the opportunity to get your manifestations. The things that you've been thinking about. The things that have been on your mind. The battles you've been fighting in your head. The battles you've won already in your head. This is the time to, actualize all that and ground it all in. And that doesn't mean it's going to be hard. It's going to take a lot of work. but it's just accepting it as your truth and moving in it. Like not waiting for the feedback to come in, not waiting for, the money to come, and then you move like you're rich, or move like, or feel like you're rich. But to understand that you're already rich, and then that's what brings in the money. You're already everything that you want to be. So it's like just that switch of like, you know what, I am, and that's it for real. Yeah, it's a switch from becoming to being. So that's what's here right now. So we got the Ace of Pentacles earlier, we got the Ace of Swords here. I don't know, I have a feeling it's not going to be our only two aces that come out. And aces are just typically opportunities that are fast moving, opportunities that are here right now. I feel like those are typically one of my favorite cards of each suit. Like the aces, the kings and the queens and the knights are cool, but the aces are like here, like handed right from the universe, like here's your opportunity to do this thing. And yeah, I feel like those lead to quantum shifts and to changing your entire reality. And yeah, it's really dope when you can identify them and step into them and knock it out of the park. You see big things change in your life. So for us to be at the beginning of the reading for this week, and we already have two aces and they're at the bottom, so it's like subconscious energy, things that you're not even thinking about or don't even have to consciously understand, but that are in your orbit and that are influencing your experience. That's dope. Yeah, I don't know, I feel all charged up, and I don't know, I remember talking about that chill, and then I feel like, I don't know, everything changed after that. Yeah, I don't know, that's dope. Spirit is a hell of a thing. Damn, Mondays are awesome, dude. The Empress, soft era, that's what I'm hearing right now. And allowing yourself to be soft. Again, like not waiting for the world to reflect that you can be soft, not waiting for the world to reflect that you can rest, that you can take a break, but taking a break and resting because it's your birthright. It's because it's what's owed to you. This is your world. If you wait for the world to give you permission to do a lot of things, your time on this planet will come to an end, and you'll realize you didn't really do any of the things that you could have, or that you wanted to, or that was owed to you, just simply because you exist. So it's like understanding that, not even that you don't have to, but you can't. Don't wait on the world to tell you what you can do. Understand that. Go ahead and take that rest. Go ahead and spoil yourself. Go ahead and, do all those things simply because you want to, simply because it pours into your cup. Understand that, yes, there's things that need to be taken care of, but if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of those things. Your problem solving and your ability to show up is way better when your cup's full, when you feel good, when you look good, when everything's in place. How do you move in the world? You move like somebody who either is going to find a way, or damn, somebody's gonna be inspired to help you find a way, because whoa, you're so confident, damn, you're so magnetic, like what, you have that issue? Nah, you don't need no issues. And then boom, now they're taking care of something for you. But it's like, if you're sitting there and you're only focused on solving your problems, you're only focused on, exactly, her. If you're only focused on, surviving, how do you typically move then? Your energy's not as magnetic, you're not as bright, you're not as flowy. And it's like, then you find yourself in those ways stuck trying to figure it out on your own, You're not as magnetic, you're not as attractive to solutions, to blessings, to miracles. So it's like, the best investment you can make is in making yourself feel good. Everything else will come behind it. So it's like, be that Empress, relax, take your shoes off, put your feet up. That doesn't mean that life's perfect, but you understand that it'll be okay, you'll be okay. And as long as you're okay, you'll be okay, But things won't get better if you're not okay. So that's the prerequisite before all of that. So understand that your first priority has to be making sure you're good. Before you're saving the world, before you're, trying to pick up pieces, before you're trying to build, you have to be good. And everything else you can do from that state. And you'll do it at a much higher level, and you'll attract in people and things to help you do it. Like, not only will you be able to do it alone, you won't have to, because you're attracting in so much help and assistance and all that. You'll look up and you'll be like, damn, I just rolled up my sleeves and I looked up and the whole house is built. It's like, yeah, when you're magnetic, when you're fully in your power, that's how that should be. And that's how it should be. So understand that, please take care of yourself, prioritize how you feel, prioritize getting yourself everything you need, and everything else can come after that, and it will come after that. So, happy Monday. Stop playing. You know who you are. And I don't know, I feel called to say, if you're somebody who feels like, hella slept on, or you feel like, people underestimate you, take some time to look in the mirror. Do you underestimate yourself typically? Do you typically show up, as a shrunken version of yourself? Do you only put out certain parts of yourself? Do you second guess captions when you post something? Do you I don't like the way that sounded. I don't want, do you second guess what you feel called to share authentically? It's like, if so, then yeah, people underestimate you. They haven't even met you authentically. They haven't even met you in your fullest. If they've only met a shrunken version of you, if you're humble to the point of, your confidence isn't shining through, then yeah, typically they're gonna underestimate you. They're gonna undervalue you, and that's only because you haven't shown up as the whole thing. You haven't just slapped, yourself on the table like, yo, this is me. And I feel like when you do that, people have no choice but to meet you where you are. When you show so loudly that you're this, how can someone see you as less than that? At that point, that's chosen delusion, straight up. So, and that doesn't even matter how people see you, but I know that that's something, that people deal with. It's like, damn, I feel like I see myself this way, but as I show up in the world, people responding to me as this, or, they're not seeing me the way I see myself. And, that, look in the mirror and, it's imposter syndrome and all that. But it's like, if you don't show up authentically, then, you don't know for a fact how people are seeing you or how they're choosing to see you or any of that, because, you don't know. So if you show up authentically, you put yourself out there and you be as big as you are and allow the world to react to you from that place, then I feel like you'll know what's what a little bit more. But I feel like that's the first step in all of that, is just looking in the mirror and seeing how you treat yourself, how you value yourself, how you put yourself out there. And then you can really judge, okay, does this match? Does this person have the ability to see me as they need to? Or is it just, is it me? Am I not being authentic? So, 10 of Swords. And thank you so much. This is definitely my tree best friend. I don't know, I always come back to this tree, and I've done readings here, I've journaled here, and yeah, I always feel very connected here. So thank you, and I'm sure they appreciate the compliment too. But yeah, 10 of Swords. This is the end of suffering. And suffering caused, at the hands of overthinking, being too far in the mind. Understand that, yeah, things have been bad. Things have felt crazy. Could they have felt less crazy? Could they have been a little calmer? Yeah. But we're learning, we're growing, we're understanding that the power of our thoughts, and not allowing ourselves to dive deep down the rabbit hole of emotions and our thoughts and the narratives that try to get painted in our mind. Understand that one bad thought or one negative thought leads to a second thought, leads to a third thought, leads to a fourth thought, leads to your mood changing, it's like a continuous downward spiral if you allow it to be. But the first thought, you could have nipped it at the bud there, you could have reframed it. And it was like, oh, I'm not good enough. Instead of entertaining that and then diving deep into why you feel that way and how you're not good enough and how it keeps showing up in your life, you could have checked it. You could be like, no, that's not true. I am good enough. And if you want to dive into, you can see, okay, where does that come from? Why do I feel that way? But you have to understand that that's not the truth. Just because you thought it, just because it came past through your mind, you don't have to accept it as your truth, as your reality at all. You can really dismiss it, and it's not your reality. You can dismiss it and replace it with another one. You can reframe it with what you actually think, and as you continue to do that, you'll see the quality of your thoughts change. You'll see the information being relayed to you through your thoughts change. And understanding that is very, very important. You don't have to suffer, not at your own hands, for sure. Understanding the power of your thoughts is going to be key in freeing yourself, especially this week, as we said earlier, emotions are charged right now. Your emotional world may be very reactive right now. So understanding the power of your thoughts and monitoring those thoughts and choosing high quality thoughts is going to be very important this week. And yeah, we're getting these swords out. You're going to be able to get up. This is the end of that. We're not moving like this anymore. Yeah, false evidence appearing real. It's definitely true. I feel like most of the things that we're afraid of never even show up. And we spend time, preparing for it and mentally, suffering through the idea of what could happen or what we feel like is going to happen. And then the reality is different. Or even if that exact thing happens, the impact is not the same as we felt it would be, or it didn't feel as world ending as we thought it would. And I feel like if we can have that hindsight in the present and not wait until the proof comes, it's like, oh, that didn't happen, to feel that relief, we can eliminate a lot of suffering. We can put that time and energy back into ourselves and not waste it on being fearful of a future that may or may not even come to fruition. Imagine if you spent all that fearful energy expecting the best, or if you spent it cultivating something or creating something that whole time that you were using it to come up with worst case scenarios and all that, it would serve you a lot better. So yeah, I'd say look at your fears and start taking them head on and see what you can get rid of, and by embracing them and jumping in them. And I feel like through surviving your fears, you understand that there's nothing to be afraid of. Yeah, so I don't know who need to hear that, but definitely face your fears, no matter how big, no matter how small, because they're all based in nothing really. Because fear takes faith, and expecting the best takes faith. They're both believing in something that hasn't happened, something that you can't see, something that isn't necessarily measurable as true or false, until it happens. So I would say spend that time having faith in good things rather than bad things, and preparing for good things rather than bad things. The worst that could happen has already been happening. Stop waiting for it to get worse before you choose over your fear. Yeah, that's somebody who knows what they're talking about. And it takes energy to be afraid. Like, it's a big energy waster. Think about how much time you spend preparing for the worst, and preparing for things that never happen for the most part. Like, think about what you would have done with that time if you knew, like, oh, okay, that was never gonna happen. Like, you would do things differently. You would use that energy to build. You would use that energy to pour into yourself, into others. And it's like, we can skip right to that by knowing that that's the case, and that's gonna continue to be the case. So it's like, when those feelings come up, you know what? Dive right in. If you're afraid of water, go find some water, and realize. And when you survive, and you continue to survive each time you face it, and you realize, like, it was nothing to be afraid of, go to the next thing. Hell yeah, change your mind, change your reality. Oh, damn. Alright, we got 3 cards here. Oh, these are a good 3. Start with the 9 of Swords. This came out last week too. Get out of your head. I feel like that's been a common theme as well. You can't do what you need to do from there. You have to move by the heart. And we're moving into a world where it's heart-led. So you have to get comfortable doing that, because that's not going away anytime soon. The quicker you can get used to following your heart, listening to your heart, listening to your intuition, the better. Because the mind is where all of your programming lives, all your conditioning, all the things put on you by society before you woke up and realized, you get to choose what you believe and choose, how your reality operates and all that. That's where all that stuff lives, in your mind. So it's like, always take that with a grain of salt. Understand that overthinking and thinking may not get you to where you're trying to go, especially if that's how you've been living. Try something new. Listen to your heart. Trust your heart. And like I've said before, the heart gets a bad rap, because it leads you to be vulnerable. It leads you to put you in positions where it can be broken. Your heart can be broken, which is fine. You can't allow things like that to close you off, because your heart is your connection to source. Your heart is your connection to this world, this planet, everything. So it's like, with a closed heart, you're not gonna be able to do the things you need to do, and that's outside of love. I feel like we typically think about a heart when it comes to love and relationships, romantic love. But understand that your heart is everything. Your passions, how you show up for your family, how you show up for yourself, all that. Your ability to feel happiness and emotions, different emotions. So it's like, your heart has to be open, and you can't be afraid for it to be broken. You can't be afraid for bad things to happen or whatever, because you're strong enough for all of it. You'll learn, and your discernment will become better and everything, and it'll make you more of yourself, and you'll know your needs better. So lead with an open heart, and if it leads to heartbreak, so be it. But understand that heartbreak is going to lead to your happily ever after as well. So it's all a give and take, but understand that it all starts with an open heart, and to get out of your head, and you'll feel much better out of your head, because your head is full of all type of other people's voices, all type of other people's influences, and a bunch of extra stuff. So it's like, it serves you to get in your heart and get out of your head. And that comes with judgment. That comes with deciding that what you're going to accept in this life is what's in alignment to your heart, what's in alignment to love, and what makes you feel free, and what pours into you, which is the things you love, honestly. So the quicker you can get your heart open, the quicker you can let it lead the way and you can follow it, the quicker, your judgment can come. The quicker, the angel can come, your angels can come save you. Your reality can change, and you'll live a life that you're happy to live, a life that you love. But that doesn't happen by leading with a closed heart. You can't get to things you love while, protecting yourself and hiding from love. So you have to make a choice, and that is this judgment. And I feel like the choice has already been made, I feel like you will move with that open heart. You will, allow yourself to be vulnerable and live on the edge a little bit and see what comes in. And you'll also understand that the best things in life will come in. The love that you feel will be much deeper than you've ever experienced before. But all that takes being vulnerable and allowing yourself to, be embraced and embracing what comes in. And I feel like you'll find yourself receiving a much more aligned love and a truer love, and your experience on this planet and this earth will change. And after making that decision, now it's like, where do you want to go now? Where does your heart actually bring you now? Now that you're following it, now you're trusting it, now that you can hear its voice, now that you can hear the guidance, now you have to decide where you're going. Because through that, you understand that you're multidimensional. The things you love are a lot. Something over here, something over there, this hobby, that hobby. It's like, okay, where do you want to go first? We can do it all. We can definitely do it all. But where do you want to go first? Where's your heart leading you to first? And understand that you're supported in there. Understand that it may feel like you're stepping out alone, but you're not. Look, the sun is supporting you. The energy of source, light, your guides, your ancestors are here. And understand that leap of faith, this is once you understand that you will always be caught. You're not afraid to step off that cliff anymore and jump off, with no parachute. Because you understand that every single time the universe will catch you, God will catch you. You will catch yourself. Understand that you don't need saving. You don't need to be afraid. You don't need any of that. All you have to do is follow your heart, and truly follow your heart and be authentic. Understand that it will always lead you to where you're trying to go, especially when you know where you're going, when you're very intentional and all of that. Your heart's going to show you exactly how to get there. And the practice is trusting it, and not being afraid, like, damn, I don't really have any logical reason to go do this other than I feel like I should do this. And letting that be enough, and doing it enough time to get the proof, and to to understand, like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, this is what life looks like when I live like this. But you don't get there without making that decision a few times and getting comfortable, and even falling off and, getting scared back into making decisions, up here, and then seeing that contrast and be like, okay, no, I'm going to go back, because, that was the way. So it's like, but you don't get there without failing. You don't get there without trusting it. You don't get there without trying. So, well, not even trying, but doing. So understand that the first step in that is doing it. Like, there's no preparation for it. There's no preparing for it. There's no getting ready. There's none of that. At some point, you just have to decide, I'm listening to my heart. I'm following my heart. I'm going to be the fool and go out there and just move, and understand that I will be caught, that the universe has my back, that I'll be good regardless. And once you understand that, that's where everything comes in at. And that's the shift, is getting to that point. So, this week is going to be big on leading us there in the first steps. Remember, the first step in that was getting out of your head. And that's the first step. And then that will allow, you lead by your heart, and that will allow judgment to come, and you'll really see what's what and what you care about and what all that, which will lead to you seeing the support that you have, which will then lead into you being the fool and you taking those first steps. Okay, where do I want to go now? But the first step is getting out of your head and into your heart. So come on, how can you do that today? I was gonna say this week, but today, how can you, from right here, right now, how can you practice that, getting out of your head and into your heart? And even if that's, if you haven't gone on lunch and you're gonna go on lunch at some point, and you typically think hella hard about what you want to eat. You go and weigh all your options. You do hella research and look at this menu versus that menu. Okay, today, maybe to get into your heart, you just, boom, what do I feel called to eat? And you're going to get an answer. You're going to feel like, damn, this. And go with that. Even if that's a little bit more expensive than, than what you would be willing to settle for. Don't do that. Go with your heart today and see what happens. Hey, it might leave you in complete different spirits, or you might walk in there and then boom, the person that in front of you is a movie director and you're an actor who's been trying to get your big break, It's like, oh, I didn't even come in here for, to be put on my path or to meet that person who's going to change my life. I just came here to get food. I just felt called to come in here. And it's like, boom, my whole life changed. It's like, yeah, and that's how it is sometimes. It's like, your heart communicates in a way to get you moving. It doesn't tell you the whole picture, Like, it's not gonna tell you like, yo, go to this restaurant because you're gonna meet that the love of your life forever. It's just gonna be like, damn. You're just gonna be like, damn, I kind of want to eat here today, and you might not know why. So it's like you might sit there in your limited human, perspective and be like, it's just because I like the fries there. It's like, okay, but then you get there and boom, your whole life changes forever. And it's like, yeah, but you have to answer the call. And it's not going to sit there and tell you all the details. You just have to understand, I feel called to do this. I feel like that's, and then just do it. And hey, you never know what's there, what's waiting for you. And hey, at the bottom, the world. Understand that it is that deep. It is that deep. Following your heart and following the little callings and doing what you feel called, doing what you want to do, leads you everywhere you're trying to go. Understand that the path to where you're trying to get to is going to present itself in the places you feel called to go, the places you want to go. They're not going to be hidden in places you hate. They're not going to be hidden in places you don't want to be at, places that make you feel shitty. Like, they're not going to be. So understand that when things surface and they feel good or they're things you like, move on them. Go there. That's where the more things that you like are going to be hidden at. That's where they're going to be trying to meet you. So understand, if you're sitting there, you go to your job every day, you sitting here showing up for people all the time, whether you want to or not, that you have to have that same approach to yourself. If you don't, if you don't sell other people short, you don't sell your responsibility short, don't sell yourself short. Because if you do that, you're sending a message to the universe, to the world, that other people are more important to you than you. Other people's desires are more important than your own. Other people being rich as hell is more important than, you being able to pour into yourself and to spend your life being fulfilled. Understand that's what you're sending out, and that's what you're going to get back. More opportunities to affirm that other people are more important to you. Working that job and making them richer is more important than your mental health. And it's going to keep giving you opportunities to keep reaffirming that, because you're sending that idea to the universe that that's how you want your life to be lived. Like, this is how I want to live life. So here, bring that back to me. And that's what it's going to keep doing. You're never going to have a space that opens up that allows you to pour into yourself. If you showed the world that pouring into yourself is not even your second priority, third priority, fourth priority, why would it sit here and open up and give you space to pour into yourself when you've shown the world that that's not important to you? What was important to you was surviving. What was important to you was getting by week to week and having, being able to have that job. Like, that's clearly what's been important to you, because when you have it, your mental health goes to shit and you don't care as long as your bills are paid. So it's like, okay, so boom, this person, that's what's important to them, here. So at some point you have to break that. You have to break that cycle. You have to break that chain of communication and let the universe know that, okay, I'm not living like that anymore. I'm prioritizing my mental health. I'm prioritizing my loved ones. I'm prioritizing myself, and everything else comes after that. So whatever you send needs to be in alignment to that, or I'm not accepting it. I'm sending it back. You can keep that. I'm not taking it. And when you get relentless in advocating for yourself, relentless in choosing yourself, the world will choose you too, and will send things that choose you, because that's your priority. That's what's important to you, and the universe is only trying to support you. And we've been tricked, and we've been conditioned to use that against us, and to create a world, our own prisons, and so the way to undo that is to just look in the mirror, figure out what's important to you, and to not accept anything less than that, and to actually prioritize that. If you being okay is the most important thing to you, you have to make that decision in everything, every single moment of every single day. If things that come up that jeopardize you being okay, you cannot accept them. You cannot get in the habit of entertaining that, because then you'll look up and wonder, like, damn, why is everything like this? It's like, that's what you were putting out. That's what you said was important. But yeah, the world is on the bottom. You make that switch, that's everything. That changes everything. That leads to the dream job. That leads to the dream partner, the dream relationship. That leads to, dream everything. Everything. When you prioritize yourself and you make it a point to live your life, making sure you're good so you can make everybody else, make sure everything else is good, make sure everything else is good, the world, because you have everything at your hands. It's like, what do you want to do now? And that's all this is. You're just being woken up to that fact. There's nothing wrong. You're not. And even if you didn't understand that, you've been living a life completely differently, living for other people this whole time, that's okay. Understand that you had to wake up somehow. Like, doing that enough and getting frustrated enough and seeing like that doesn't work for you is what's calling you to wake up. If that worked and everything was good and peachy cream, like, you would never feel the need to change anything. You would never feel the need to grow and evolve, because, hey, this works for me. So it's like understand that all those experiences, all the things you're fed up with and not wanting to do anymore, you had to do then in order to get to this point, to accept better, to evolve, to continue to ascend. So be thankful for who you've been. Be thankful for who you are before you knew better, and understand that, yeah, they're just as important as who you are now that you know better. They're no less than because they didn't know. Understand that they built a foundation for you to know. So they're damn near more important than you are. So thank them for who they've been. Thank them for getting you to this point, and understand that you got it from here. And that sooner or later there'll be another version of you who's even more evolved, who will look at where you got them to, because there was something else you didn't know and understand, but it had to go like that for them to be able to exist. So understand that at every version of yourself, you're perfect. At every version of yourself, you're exactly who you need to be. And that every future version, every evolved version would not exist without them. So I don't care how bad you are, how terrible you are, how dumb, how whatever you feel like you put on yourself, you are absolutely perfect. Just because you are, just because you exist, just because, yeah. So you don't have to be anything to understand your value. Understand that just because you are who you are, you're valuable, and you're important, and you're perfect, and you're God's favorite, I promise. But yeah, these messages have definitely been different today. I like them. Definitely gonna pull 2 more cards, about 2 more. We'll see what comes up, but then yeah, I'm gonna call it and let y'all get back to kicking ass this week. Another chill. Yeah, 7 of Swords. I feel like there's been a lot of swords energy in the reading this week. And for me, that tells me that this week is going to be an emphasis on your thoughts, on your manifestations, on how you express yourself. Like, that's where the emphasis and the spotlight is going to be this week. Understand that not everything has to be said, not everything has to be explained. Sometimes you cloud the message, you cloud your own energy, you cloud what you're supposed to do by trying to explain it to people who are not meant to understand it. Because now they'll put doubt into your plans. They'll make you second guess what you know to be true, and it's like, that wouldn't have happened if you didn't sit there and try to get them to see what wasn't meant for them to see. So understand that this week, take your wins and go. explain yourself to the people who get it already. Explain yourself to the people, who they may not understand all the way, but there's that initial spark, like, oh, like they get and they want to know more, they're open to it. Explain to those people, not to those people who don't get it, and now you're trying to explain it to convince them. Because at the end of the day, they're not going to get it because they're not meant to. So the only thing that'll happen is you'll begin to doubt yourself. Like, damn, am I tripping? Or it's like, all you have to do is mind your business. Like, the people who are meant to resonate with it, they will. And they will quickly. You won't have to prove it to them. You won't have to overly explain it, none of that. So understand that this is your Seven of Swords moment this week. Take what you know and go. Take those who know and go. Like, if they don't get it, they're not seeing the vision, then cool. Don't build with them. Simple. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to convince them. You don't have to educate them even, But yeah, trust yourself, trust your guidance, trust your knowing, and move. Yeah. Justice. Things are being balanced. Make some room. If you see, look around and a bunch of people around you, all the people around you don't understand your vision, you need to get rid of them. Because the people who do understand your vision, who do want to see you win, who are supporting you, they're looking for you, and you don't have space for them to come in right now because you're spending all your time with, with these people, and they're not even people who get it, who even support you like that. So it's like, why are they taking up space in your reality? Why are they taking up space in your energy? Get them out the way, and that'll create space and room for the people who are meant for you, who are meant to support you, to show up. You have to treat everything as that deep, like if the things around you are not pouring into you, they have to go. There's no room for that in your reality anymore. Like, we're heading into times, especially, you're ready. You want a lot more than you did before. And I understand that you're probably fed up, and it's time. And it's like the only way you really make a shift and make it quickly is to be relentless. It's to really be aggressively choosing yourself. And yeah, this is the time to do that. If the people around you are not pouring into you or not making you feel the way you want to feel, or they're not in alignment to where you're going, get them gone now. Don't spend time. Don't wait for the universe to remove them. Don't do any of that. Get them gone. Get those things gone, and allow what's for you to come in right behind it and replace it, because it will. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. You can move it around though. So that's what we're doing here. You will not just be alone because you're getting rid of everybody. I promise. You're creating room, and when there's space, it will be filled. Yeah, like you pour water into a cup. If there's space in that cup, it's gonna fill. Like, you're not able to create little pockets where there's no water, and when you pour it, it's gonna fill everywhere it can go until the cup's all the way full. And that's how this works. So understand, if you're removing people, you're not gonna have a bunch of holes in your life where it's just a bunch of space and nothing. The water's gonna come and it's gonna fill. But if your cup's all the way full and you're sitting there scared to pour it out because you think it's not gonna come back, you're gonna be stuck with old water. That water is not in alignment to who you are anymore. That water got bugs floating in it, all type of stuff. You got to pour it out and trust that when the next thing comes to pour, it will be filled just the same. But what it will be filled with will be more in alignment to you, will make you feel better, will push you further, and all of that. So yeah, make some room. Justice is being restored. It will always be restored. The scales will always balance. No, thank you. Thank you for being in here and sharing and being receptive to the energy. Because it definitely takes two. I can say all these things all I want, but if you don't have your own experiences to go with it, if you don't have your own callings and your own discernment and intuition to even understand the truth in what I'm speaking, then it doesn't matter. It's just a bunch of words. So definitely give yourself just as much credit for being able to meet the message halfway and to be able to adopt it. And be ready to take action. That's another thing. Like, you can understand all these things intellectually and just keep everything the same. But to leave here and be ready to be a different person, that's the magic right there. And that's what I do this for, honestly. So thank you. Oh. Well, Four of Swords. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Four of Swords. It's time. I know he's sleeping, but This is giving me like the moment right before he wakes up, but he's been resting a very long time for this moment exactly, you know. And it's like he's being activated right now. The universe is about to wake him up, about to tell him to grab that sword under him. These are the swords he used in the past, but this is the one that was created just for this moment, for him to, you know, wake up and take on that next battle. It's alignment right here. This is the moment, the calm right before the storm, right before he hops up, remembers exactly who he is, what he needs to do, and picks up that sword and goes and does it. So understand that that's the energy we're in right now. Like, this is the point. You hearing all these messages, you thinking about all these things and deciding what you're taking with you, what you're leaving. This is you right now. And understand that first step you take once you leave here and you've decided what's going with you and what you're accepting as truth and what you're going to move with, that's you getting up and grabbing that sword and going. This is the battle you've been preparing for. This is everything you've asked for. Understand that you are equipped to take it on now, and that everything you know, all the guidance you've been waiting on, all the proof you've been trying to collect, you have it all now. So understand that any waiting you do from here, any stagnancy you continue to be in from here is a choice. Understand that you have everything you need, so go get it. You got the Queen of Wands on the bottom again. Remember, that was the very first card in the beginning, before I started reading, when I said I wasn't going to read it and I was going to ask you guys what you guys are getting. Yeah, Queen of Wands again. Yeah, this time I'm getting strength. I'm getting big Leo energy. And if you're into astrology, you know that we're in Cancer season now and Leo's next. So for me, I feel like the things that are changing right now, the things that are coming up this week, the things you're learning and the changes you're making, they're leading to big wins in Leo season. Jupiter and Leo, hell yeah. I have a few Leo placements too, like a Leo Venus, a Leo Mars, and a couple other things. So I definitely love Leo season and Leo energy in general. But yeah, understand that the things you're growing right now, the way you're pouring into yourself, is going to lead to wins within the next month or so, and going into Leo season from Cancer season. And Leo season is big on, you know, big main character energy, big shiny look. I don't want to say look at me energy, because that, I don't know, I feel like that comes with a bad connotation. But just being the main character, shining your light on everything, that's big when it comes to Leo energy. So understand that, yeah, the things you're doing right now are going to allow you to pop out in Leo season. And that's what's going to happen in Leo season, is you're going to step out. You're going to emerge from, you know, the cave, from doing all that work you've been doing, from growing and deciding how you're going to take on this next season, and deciding that, you know what, I'm coming for everything that's owed to me. Understand that Leo season is going to give you that battery in your back to do that. It's going to give you that spotlight to be seen. And that's what you're wanting to do. You're ready to be seen. You're ready to step out there. And you know what? This is me, world, and this is what I'm here for. And understand that Leo season is going to support you in that. Understand that Leo rules the sun. And the sun, when the sun's out, there is no darkness. You can't not see. So understand that, yeah, keep pouring into yourself now. Keep making those decisions. Big Leo, high key. Keep making those decisions. Keep setting those intentions. And get ready. Get yourself stable now. Work on your nervous system. Work on trusting your intuition. Build those reps in now, so when Leo season comes and, you know, the sun and everything, the energy is putting you front and center, that you'll be ready to capitalize on it. And you won't get overwhelmed, because, you know, you'll have your meditations in place. You know your breath work. You know what you need to give yourself when you start to feel when things are a little too much. And yeah, there's a hell of an opportunity coming. So yeah, be ready. And that comes right now. Right now, you're getting all the tools you need. So pull one more card for what we need to know this week. And yeah, I'll let y'all get out and take on the world and spread your light everywhere and everything. I'm really excited. High key. Get ready, stay ready. Don't wait till you're in the middle of, you know, everything you asked for to try to figure it out then. Because you know it's coming. So just be ready now. Be that person now. Move in that way now. Meet it halfway. You don't gotta wait for it to pull up all the way on you. When it comes to your door, you open it before they knock. Like, yeah, I was already ready. Oh, what I was telling you about the aces. Ace of Wands. I'm telling you, all the opportunities are here. I think the only ace that didn't come out was the Ace of Cups as of right now. And look who's back on the bottom. I'm telling you, this is it. This is your opportunity. A lot of fire energy here. Move forward in a blaze of glory at that. Don't move timid. Don't move scared. Don't move, like, I kind of believe it, but let me put my toe in. Let me put my toe in and see, just how cold it really is. Like, no, jump right in. Go get it. And move, act as if you know that the things that are here for you are here for you. So move that way. Don't wait for it to work out for you to feel valid in it. Understanding you stepping out in confidence, you owning it, you being like, yo, I'm here to do X, Y, Z, and it shall be done. That's what's going to let it be done. And what's going to allow it to be fun while you do it. You're going to enjoy it because you know what, I'm taking back control. And you're going to be impressed by your own power. You're going to be impressed by your own ability to trust and have faith in yourself. And you're going to feel more assured and more affirmed. You'll be able to stand up straighter and, because you've met yourself in a way that everybody hasn't met themselves. And you'll understand that, this is my world and I can move through this place with confidence. I can show up as myself and make things move. I can create, I can change, I can really create my reality and change reality as we know it just by being myself, just by understanding who I am and owning my power. The opportunity is here for you to do that and understand that all you have to do is do it. You don't have to, there's no permission that you need to wait for. There's nothing that anybody can tell you to like, okay, go ahead. But understand that just do it. Take this wand and start walking. And don't accept, like I said, don't accept anything less than you're owed. Don't accept anything less than you deserve. And that doesn't mean go step on people's toes or act like, like I'm this and you're that. But understand that they're that too, but you know it now. And by you moving in that knowing, you'll inspire other people to move in that knowing as well. And when everybody has that type of regard for themselves and they value themselves in that way and they value other people in that way, that's when we live in a world where everybody's empowered. Understand that it doesn't require people to be at power and people to be powerless. Like that things don't have to be balanced that way. If everybody understands their power, there's balance there as well. So understand that it doesn't have to be polar. It doesn't have to be polarizing. There's room for all of us to know our power and all of us to be able to exist in that way because we're all different. We all have different needs. So me being in my power doesn't necessarily take away from you being in your power because your power is completely different than mine. And it all fits together as a unique puzzle. So there's room for all of us. Own your power and don't let anybody make you feel bad for that. And if they do, tell them that they're free to do the same. And if they feel like, wow, like why do you get to do that? Let them know you do too. Allow that to free them to do the same. Like, I'm not expecting you not to be in your power, so own it and understand that you're not going to get any pushback from me because I'm doing the same thing and you're free to do that and they're free to do that and they're free to do that. And if everybody does that, everybody will have what they need and what they want and be able to help other people as well, which is what it's really about. Community is everything. But like we've been saying, if you don't pour into yourself, if you don't prioritize yourself, if you don't see yourself for the center of the universe, the center of your reality that you are, if you don't see yourself as the main character that you are, you won't be able to reach those truths. You won't be able to spread those lights and free yourself or free anybody else. I definitely went back to shuffling just instinctively. And yeah, these are it. 9 of Wands. Stand firm in your beliefs and your idea of who you are. No matter how beat up you are, no matter how, how seemingly bad things have been, understand that you know who you are, you know where you're going, and that these experiences are exactly what's going to allow you to win. Do not be afraid of your own light. Do not be afraid of your own power. Understand that the things that show up in your reality is you trying to wake yourself up to who you are, wake yourself up to your power. So don't allow your own power to make you feel, weak, because you're not weak. You're so powerful that you have the ability to fuck your life up and charge yourself and teach yourself lessons and attract in things that will, make you feel crushed. But then when you look back, you're like, wow, like this taught me this taught me that, and allowed me to evolve. Like that's how powerful you are. Like, you have the ability to really create experiences for yourself. You have the ability to, create great things, but also shake your whole world up. So understand that that is proof of your power. How hard your life has been is your power. Understand that, like, and take pride in that. Take pride in the fact that your life seems harder than everybody else's. Take pride in the fact that, you know, it seems like everybody else is further along than you. Like, okay, that's fine, because that's an illusion. And that's an illusion you've allowed yourself to believe, you've allowed yourself to see and to feel into. And understand that this is a school. This planet is a school. We're here to learn. We're here to evolve. We're here to grow. So understand that as long as you're doing that, you're winning. You're right on time. And understand that when things appear like, damn, my life's harder than everybody else's, that means your calling is higher than everybody else's. What you need to be able to do, you need to be able to do it. If you were just wanted something really simple, you wouldn't have to go through a bunch of hard shit. If you just wanted to kick it and chill, live a simple life, and, you know, do whatever, had to do the little 9-to-5 thing, then, you know, have your little family, and then y'all just good and cool, then yeah, your life might not have to be hella hard. But if you're here and you're trying to, you know, be the best to ever live, the best to ever walked in this industry, you're trying to inspire other people to go after their dreams, you're trying to, you know, make this world a better place and end corruption and all that, how could your life possibly be easy? Because what you're asking to do is hard as fuck. So understand that your life is gonna be hard as fuck to make you into someone who can handle things that are hard as fuck, like your purpose, like your dream, like what you're going after. So be thankful. Understand that when things are hard, oh dang, on the time it was 1 hour, 11 minutes, 11 seconds. Boom. So understand that, yeah, if you're calling a higher calling, understand that your life is gonna be hard. And that's okay. Allow that to be confirmation that you're actually doing what you're trying to do. That you're not delusional, that you're not doing a small thing. Because if your life was super simple, then maybe you could be like, am I really doing a big thing? But if your life's hard as hell and you feel beat up half the time, or you don't know what's going on and shit's always changing, that's confirmation, like, okay, like, I'm on my way to where I'm trying to go. So allow it to be there, and don't take it too much more seriously than that. Understand, okay, what's the lesson here? How can I use this to further empower myself, further stand strongly in my beliefs, further stand strongly in who I am and where I'm going? How can I use this that showed up for that reason? And it will be able to be used for that reason. You always have a choice. No matter how hard shit is, you always have a choice, and you can allow it to, you know, build you up rather than break you down. And on the bottom, go inside. Another call. This has come up in every Monday Magic reading since the very first one. The High Priestess, that same call, meditation, yoga, going within yourself, looking yourself in the mirror, understanding that your reality is projected from the inside out. You want to change your outer world, the fastest and most effective way to do that is to go within, change your inner world. Understand that the outside is just results. It's just results. If you don't like the results you're getting, you have to go inside and address your programming, address the projector, change something inside. Because you know, you ever notice, like, okay, you get a car and then all of a sudden you see that car everywhere, or you meet, or I don't know, maybe somebody you know gets pregnant and you look around and now you see pregnant people everywhere. That's how this goes, you know. Your life is projected from the inside out. So understand that as your awareness changes, your awareness changes. So it's like you might get a car that you never really thought about, and now you see it everywhere. It's like, yeah, because now your inside has changed, your awareness has changed. Like, now this car is in your proximity, so now when you do come, you're gonna see it everywhere. So understand that it's the same way. If you sit there and entertain negativity all the time, if you sit there and tell yourself negative stories, understand you will see that proof everywhere around you. And you will feel like, see, I was right. But it's like, no, it's not necessarily that. It's the fact that you accept that as your truth, and you tuned into that frequency. So now outside, it's pulling it in everywhere. It's like there's just as much as every other car. Like, you could easily not see that car all the time, but you've chosen that car, so now it's being reflected to you. So understand that if you're getting a bunch of proof of negativity, a bunch of proof of you not being enough, of lack, of you not being worthy or whatever, understand that you need to change your frequency. You need to change what you're tuned into. Change what you're putting in, change what you're accepting as your truth, and understand it will change. Understand that if you start to tell yourself that you are worthy, you are abundant, you are rich, you are healthy, you're wealthy, all that you will see that. Like, you will literally continue to get proof back of that. You You'll see money on the floor. You'll see that random sign that says you were good enough, and you'll start to notice those things rather than the negativity that you've been noticing. And understand that it's that simple, and allow that feedback to affirm to you that you are changing on the inside. The outside is reflecting your inside always. So if you're noticing a bunch of things in a particular area, you're noticing a bunch of like, what's that about? Look within. And that's not to say that every single thing on the outside is you, like, you don't want to just take on everything. So yeah, negativity definitely can serve you. You just have to allow it to. It all, like, hey, good and bad is a spectrum. Your awareness is the only thing that determines what's actually good and what's bad, and what it will affect you as. Because there's the worst shit on the world, and there's a perspective where it can be good. And if you choose that, it will serve you. It will help you grow. And it's not delusional. It's just the choice that you have. That's the only choice that you really have here in this experience. Is how you react to things, how you process things, and how you accept things, and what role you allow them to play in your reality. That's really it. Everything else is happening, but things don't have to be bad because they typically have been seen as bad. Like, it's a dumb example. If somebody comes punches me in the face, like, yeah, I could be like, wow, like, he disrespected me. Why would he do that? Oh, like, they're taking advantage of me. I could do that. Or I could really just be like, you know what? Damn, like, that showed me that, I'm inspiring people. I'm influencing people. My energy is being felt. Like, they felt me from way over there and felt the need. They were triggered so much that they came over here and punched me in my face. And that lets me know that, wow, okay, my light is expanding. It's reaching far beyond where I'm at. And that's empowering. It may be dumb. Somebody else be like, nah, dude, he disrespected you. But it's like, yo, to you that he disrespected me. To me, he just proved my power. He just proved that I'm everything I know myself to be, that I have this influence on people, that I'm impacting people, whether that be good or bad, and that sounds good. Look at the smile on my face. Just even saying it feels good. It feels empowering, even though it sounds crazy, but it's like that's how this thing works, So you always have a choice, and things don't have to be anything. Things don't mean anything. Everything's really neutral until you give it something, until you decide, okay, in my reality, that's good. In my reality, that's bad. In my reality, this hurts. In my reality, this grows things. So it's like, you have a choice. So understand that, hey, it is that deep. I promise you it's that deep. And the quicker you understand that, the more you can apply that and continue to create your world the way you want, and to allow the things that show up to only empower you, to only be of your best benefit. That's where you're you're walking the line the right way. The nice balance between your inner and your outer world. And then you can create your world exactly how you want to from there. So, yeah. Well, that's it. I definitely feel complete. I was gonna say I'm gonna put one more card, and I'm gonna let you guys read it. I'm not gonna say anything. But wow. And as I said that, I did this last week, and this was the card that came out. And I told you guys to, whatever you guys get from it, don't overthink it. That's what it's gonna be. So, with that being said, this week, Page of Wands. Take a second, breathe it in, feel the energy. Don't overthink it. Kind of take the first thing you see, the first thing you're called to, the first thing, that yells out to you. That's your message. And that's how we're closing out this reading. What do you need to know right now? I'm gonna be quiet so you can do it if you haven't already, but hell yeah, I love that. But yeah, this week is gonna be amazing, y'all. Like, I really hope you guys feel it. I hope you guys have gotten enough proof just from this reading. I feel like this reading was a wild ride. From the male lady coming up, and yeah, I just feel like things are shifting. We're shifting a lot of things here, and I'm excited for this collective. I'm excited for everybody to keep leaving here and going back into their walking life, their everyday life, and continuing to grow and continue to take on this life game and continuing to show up. And yeah, I look forward to continue to hear what's showing up in your lives. Yeah, I'm invested in you guys just like you're invested in me, and I definitely want to see us all win together. I want to see us all progress together. And I'm gonna put this away now. And yeah, I'm just thankful, and I'm happy to be a part of your journey just as much as I'm happy for you guys to be a part of mine. And yeah, if you guys need anything, always reach out to me. You guys can follow me on Instagram, 5D Just Too Easy. I'm always sharing, stuff like this and things I've come across and wisdom and guidance and support and just all that. So if you guys want more energy like this, or if you resonate with me, definitely follow me there. That's kind of like my HQ as far as just, spreading energy, spreading light, telling my stories and all that. So if you want more of that, definitely meet me there. 5D Just Too Easy. And yeah, if anybody needs a personal reading, I do that. Anybody need advice, coaching, whatever, we can do it all. I'm definitely here to be a resource. I'm a vessel of divine light, and I'm here to inspire other people. Oh wow, that's a really big lizard. I'm here to inspire other people to be the same and to move the same way, and to inspire them to know that, I'm not different than anybody. I just know who I am. And when you know who you are and you continue to meet yourself at deeper and deeper levels, that you'll realize, that you're the same and that everybody's the same. And the more people we can alert to their power and allow to see their light, the better. And the better off we'll all be, because we'll all have no excuse to not be bigger and to not be authentic and to not shine the way we need to. So that's my mission, and everything I do is to that end, to help create a world that we're all proud of, a world that we all deserve to live in, a world that we're meant to live in. So yeah, that's my mission, and it's always that deep to me. So yeah, if I resonate with you, hey, join on and stick around, because this is definitely only the beginning, and things will continue to get bigger and better and more in alignment to that. So yeah, I love you guys and thank you. Yeah, that's all. I was gonna pull another card, but I don't know, I heard a no. Like, that was it. Let it sit, let it stay. So yeah, I love you guys and thank you. Be safe, and you're welcome. Hell yeah. No, thank you guys for your kind words. Thank you all for being you all, for being yourselves, and for existing and just showing up authentically. Like I said, that's all we ever need to do, and everything else will fall into alignment like that. Yeah, I appreciate the follows, and definitely stick around. We're definitely building something beautiful here. And yeah, but without further ado, 10 of Cups, love. Understand that this is what's leading to everything. You're here for a reason. There are no coincidences. The love of your life is coming in. The abundance is coming in. The dreams are coming in. You're about to meet yourself at a level you've never met yourself. And that's the most beautiful thing ever. That's what we're here to do, evolve and to grow and to realize that we're more than we ever anticipated. And that's something that I'll forever be grateful for. And being able to help other people continue to evolve and meet themselves deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, that's everything. So thank y'all, and I'll see y'all later.